So, welcome back. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night, taking a sort of overly complicated look at Dark Souls 2. And last time we were here in Shrine of Amana, I kind of got our ass kicked. But there were a few things that I definitely missed that I thought were interesting, and I thought I would probably just quickly mention them so if you were curious, you could see. I'm here in Vanilla because, if you remember, I died so many times that half the enemies are gone in this section. So we're gonna take a look over here. Now you can get up here. I have trouble getting up there, but you can get up there, and when you do, it gives you a view of this. It makes it easier to see this. I feel like I'm about to get attacked. Yeah, there we go. If you use this, come in here, and I think it's a halberd. Basically, you know, I was kind of curious, you know, how did I miss potentially two bonfires in the Helix halberd? There you go. How did I miss two bonfires in Triangle Lake Castle? So I figured I'd try and peek around. I didn't actually get very far into that when I was like, let me just, I know I missed something in Shrine of Amana. That's one. The other thing, this is again vanilla, where I don't think what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel. Unfortunately, it's going to be a long elevator ride. I'm going to travel to the beginning of the Undead Crypt, which is the next area we're going to be tackling after this. You know, because again, last time we actually beat the Demon Song, or the Song of Demon, or Demon Song Demon, or whatever. Wasn't actually that bad of a fight. And as I was saying the last one, I appreciate... I don't need the boss fights to be like, oh, I was maxed out, I was, you know, it's the toughest fight in the world and all Melania all the time. You know, I don't mind the fights being a little easier if that helps them be more interesting designs, more interesting stories, more interesting lore. But yeah, I wanted to run over here because, you know, in vanilla, I think I missed this thing over here. The locked door in the middle of Shrine of Amana, you get to after you beat King Vendrick, apparently. So we'll have to come back at some point for that. But, you know, so I completely missed... Was there another? Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out later. I missed this bonfire entirely on vanilla, so let me light that now. And head up the stairs. So when I was here in Scholar, you know, I had used a human effigy to get max health in case there was a summon. I've since died, and that's the trick. You cannot be in human form and to open that door. You have to be slightly hollow. This could be a tough fight, I think. Wasn't as bad as I thought. So I think what you can do here is you can pray. So look at your face. Alas, nothing happened. Okay, I thought There's a way I thought that could... Oh, wait, maybe you gotta talk to her first.
Who are you? And what do you want from us? Milfinito, that is what we are called. My name? Do you mean our name? We know nothing of the outside world. We sing eternally for those who bear death and dark within themselves. We have been here forever. We know nothing of the outside world, and we do not need to. The little ones were born from the great dead one. And the great dead one taught us song. We have sung ever since, to comfort those bound by death and dark. This is what we were taught. You silenced that cursed singing. Please accept these as a thank you. Do you seek comfort too?
Okay, so...
You poor thing. Take this at the very least. This is all that we can do. The little ones and the great... We have... This is...
Okay, so... That might recontextualize, again, because I never claimed to understand the lore. I thought somebody said that if you prayed at that altar, it would restore you like you used a human effigy to your human form. But yeah, she just said, oh, you stop that singing, and I assume that's like the song demon. So maybe they aren't... Maybe they weren't cool with the song demon. Maybe the song demon corrupted their song? I don't know if there's actually anything out here. Or if it's just a dead end. It looks like it's just a dead end. Or can you... you might be able to get off to the side here. Okay, that doesn't help me because I'm not usually... Oh, that was another tip. I'm not usually looking to make everything harder in this game, but one person did say a way to potentially simplify the Shrine of Amana is actually to make it harder in a weird way. You... Oh, there we go. If you use, I think, 2 bonfire aesthetics. Now, I don't... The Manslayer. I think that's a katana. I don't know if I've ever actually been to this part of the game in my first playthroughs years ago. I think I might have missed a lot of this. Anyway, doesn't matter. And I lost my train of thought. Not that that matters either, but... Oh, I know what it was. If you use 2 bonfire aesthetics, it changes the enemies that you face here in the Shrine of Amana. That's one of the interesting things about Dark Souls 2 that I don't think was ever repeated, is that New Game Plus modes are different. They can be significantly different. Enemy placements, enemy types. It's not just bumping up hit points and damage and et cetera, et cetera. And it changes the mages to a bigger, tougher enemy that you might actually just be able to run by if you're, clever about it. So, yeah, you bump up the difficulty with 2 bonfire aesthetics and just speed run past the enemies, and it's not so bad, in theory. But I've never actually tried it. I don't think I've ever actually used a bonfire aesthetic. All right, so here we are with the Undead Crypt. This is actually the next area we're looking to tackle. I think I poked my head in a little bit. I think what you need to do in this is you have to... There's something you can't do. I don't know if it's you can't use a light because that attracts the undead. I don't think it has something to do with noise. I think it's light. Again, you have like some dark magic that looks like, you know, flying humanities from Dark Souls 1 coming at you. It's a bit of a gauntlet. How do I, This isn't going well. Can I get by? Heal up at least. Almost got one down. Okay, I'm gonna pop a few life gems to keep up with the poison. I think 3 overcomes it. Alright, let's yeah, okay, that's what it is. Don't use torches. And I'll be curious to see how that plays out in Scholar.
Human, do not use light. Light and all those in there are welcome in this place. I am Undead, guardian of the Crypt. Countless dead rest here in peace, cradled by the comfort of dark. Light only agitates. We have no need for it here. I am a finito. We weave death and watch over the dead. This task was granted to me by the one who gave us the first death.
I think the women who sang us are the Melfinito, right?
Rest here. Some of them from ages long ago. Some were rich, others poor. Some wise, some dull, but now they're all just dead. Did you come for him? The one called Fendrick. You will find him deeper inside. Many castle servants and the like have come to fetch their lord. But they rest here now, put to death by the king's own guards. Perhaps he's not in the mood for company. In the past, humans were one with the dark. The former king of light, he feared humans. Feared that they would usher in an age of dark. How queer you humans. How you go on, never separating truth from fiction. This place is welcome to all, provided due reverence is shown. Death is equitable, accepted. We will all one day be welcomed by her embrace. Tell me what you desire. Show me reverence, and I will lend you my hand.
All right, let's see what he has for sale at least. We got a Shield of the Insolent. Doesn't have much physical defense, but has stamina recovery. Seems like it might have decent, some kind of magic resistance. It's got a 75 there for something, but Insolent Helm. It's kind of cool looking. It's a little Templar-ish looking. Dark arrows, okay. Human effigies. What do we got? Soul Spear. I don't have the chutzpah to cast. I don't have the requirements to cast magic. Warmth. What does that do? Oh, okay. It's a healing spell for pyromancy. Okay. I'll buy that one just because that's the only one I'll have a shot at casting at some point.
I am a finito. This task countless someone. Farewell, human.
So a couple things from that conversation, right? One, King Vendrick's down here. Two, it sort of again hints at the story at the first Dark Souls. You know, humans were once one with the dark. The former Lord of Light would probably be, I'm terrible with names, but the final boss of the first game. That's what I need right there. Oh, that helps. Yeah, so... And saying, like, you know, humans think they're one with the dark, and the former Lord of Light was worried that humans would bring in an age of darkness. So, obviously, that's one of the options you can... Yeah, so there's a path down there. Again, it helps to be able to see, but you don't want to mess with that. It might just fall off, and what do I got? And then it says, but, you know, you foolish humans, can't you... You never can sort of separate fact from fiction. So I think what's part of interesting about Dark Souls 2's stories, I think it sort of dissects the first story a little bit, or sort of recontextualizes or something like, look, you know, looking around at this area, like clearly we did not, you know, you didn't bring in the Age of Darkness may not have actually done anything. So, you know, you thought you were putting an end to the cycle, but did you really? You know, maybe this game assumes the Age of Dark. Maybe it makes no real assumptions about which ending is canon. Maybe it's trying to play both. I'll take that bonfire. Remember this being a tough room. Yeah, I'm a little curious. I think you can light a torch. Oh no, I can't get back up. I was going to say, I think that statue out there, if you lit a torch, it might have sort of lit the whole chamber. Anyway, if my understanding of that is at all accurate, I find that interesting. I think this becomes like a pure zombie movie at some point. Can you knock these over? Maybe that's the trick of this room. You have to topple the main gravestones while dealing with probably a hammer would be better suited for the task, but... Oh, so one of the things I was looking at, I got that, like, strong magic shield. That's actually a sorcery. You can use it to buff up a shield to have extra magic defense, so I probably won't be able to do much with that. Oops. Not doing this very well. Okay, so we got a couple things going on. We got a door, which I'm hoping is just a loading screen. We got a ladder going up. Let me give that hammer a shot to see if it breaks through the, That's what I need. I'm at +4, so I needed 5 Twinkling Titanite, and I feel like I just picked up 1 or 2. And I don't know if that actually did much in terms of extra damage to the stone. Let me see how my bastard sword's actually holding up, though. It's pretty badly damaged, so let me throw some... Should have some powder, repair powder or something, if I can remember what it looks like. I never use it. Don't need that. I think it's that. Let's just get my sword back up. What I need to do is I need to get through that door. This is going to start casting spells. Ah. That was my fault. Obviously, should have been thinking about him coming through the door after me, not just... Now, are those stones back? They don't seem to be. So maybe those guys are like one-shot deals. Maybe you don't have to deal with them a second time. Well, I guess I did break the stone last time, so maybe... Alright, this isn't a bad room to take the usurper in, as long as I don't have to deal with too many zombies coming in. Nope. There he is. Wow. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So we saw one of those in Scholar at Dragon Lake Castle, but this might be the first time we're seeing those here in Vanilla. And they kind of make sense here. Maybe reinforces a little bit of the... They just threw a kitchen sink at you in the Dragon Lake Castle. I don't know what an Evelyn is, if I even pronounced it right. And you get sort of these things in Dark Souls 3, right? Like you go to the library and the hands come out of the books. So I'm wondering, yeah. Yeah, like here these enemies totally make sense. Oh, yeah, there's two of these guys. So there's I think you can do a build with these shields. You're just like a wall. Uh-oh. Because that's why you want to kill them, so they don't go ring the bell and activate everybody. Can you just smash the bell? That's bad. That's terrible. Okay. All right. I don't know if I'm ever going to find that, but... I think I grabbed a bonfire somewhere, like at the start of these. Yeah. You know what, let's go see what's past this gate. I'm going to write off those souls as probably lost. Okay, so we're back up here. I might risk it just to see what happens, right? We're not that far from... I don't know if that just made my life worse, but it's cool. Looks cool, at least. Again, barely any recollection of this area at all. Let's just reset everything, get our health back. I don't think it changes anything. There's a way to... I got to her last time. Wasn't there a ladder? If I die to those things, that's tragic. Oh, there we go. I wonder how you do lure them out one at a time. Okay, where was that bell? Can I smash that? No. No, I can ring it. Bring my own demise. Fantastic. So when I first saw this area, it's like, oh, don't mess with the light. I was a little bit like, is this going to be another... whatever the crypt was in Dark Souls 1. I genuinely... Tomb of the Giants, I hate that level. Genuinely hate it. So I was like, is this going to be another one of those? Can I... It's weird that lightning has a range of about 5 feet. Now I wonder if these guys, if you beat them, do they just never come back? Or are they respawning like a lot of the other enemies? It'd be interesting. Maybe it's not that interesting to fight them, but... Sometimes you can tell by their death smoke or whatever if they come back or not. Getting greedy. Getting greedy plus that camera angle. That's the bell. Oh, well. Is there a way to get around this without... Or to just smash all these things on suicide runs? Okay. I think this is a shortcut that we're about to hopefully unlock. I'm hoping that what's this going to do is going to raise the bridge. And there's a lot I seem to have missed, as always. How would you get down there? Can you just... Yeah. And so now I can... Okay, I was about to say, is there a way back? And luckily, yeah, there is. Alright, so yeah, if I can figure out... The bonfire was below. Or is it right over here? Because that could be then a pretty quick boss run. But there's a lot that I missed below. You know what I could do? If I reset it with the bonfire, those mage things that came out of the stones might be gone. So let's give that a shot. Okay, these guys are back, so that's good to know, I guess. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm hoping, even if somebody rings the bell down below, I'm hoping by smashing all the stones on the... Oh, yeah, no, then I reset them. Okay, I did it right. I don't have any recollection what the boss is here. Nope, I rang it that time, but... Second bell, okay. Tomb of the Giants is like pitch black, and it's full of like bullshit ambushes. So that's why I kind of like, ugh. This, you know, you can still see it's not as important to... It's not quite so pitch black, so you're able to still find your way if you need to. Yeah, the Tomb of the Giants is just set up in a way where, like, nope, you can't see, and now we're just going to have giant things jump out of the dark and smack you in the face, and you're like, okay, what does that say here? Yeah. Whoops. Maybe there's a better way to do that. Well, the tried and true from Shrine of Amana, bows and bullshit. No shame there. You know, I was trying to figure out, you know, one thing to, like, how do you deal with the fact that the range on your faith spells are shit. And apparently there's a way to use the binocular to sort of point at something, and then that's where you'll throw your spell, which I think is a trick that I knew in some capacity, but maybe not specifically for launching faith spells. It's a lot of guys up there, which again, if would make sense if they're, depending on who they're guarding. What, I got 52 arrows. Okay, definitely see one more. I'm hoping, like, the 55 guys there I can just kite with arrows one at a time. Okay. There must be a way to take that guy out who rings the bell. Alright, let's pop somebody to see if we can get this started, and hopefully not all of them come. Nope, okay. Or is it another one of those things where you kite them all and then run by? So first I gotta figure out how to, maybe an overhead swipe at the zombie. Okay. Nah, shield's up. Okay, so that's not going to do anything. This could be stupid. Well, the trick is I'm not going to be able to effigy up. Let's do this. Nope. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these guys after me. See if I can... There's a summon over there. Oh, they don't pull. Crap. Nah, screw it. My fear is that guy's gonna be stuck fighting these jerks while I'm just trying to get into the boss fight. Yeah, come this... Oh, I like that sword, bro. Let's come this way. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with. It's a cool look. I don't recall this guy at all. Okay, I was curious if he was actually going to get in. Trying to get an opening. There we go. Nope. Can't. No, he's not lasting very long, but at least we're getting him halfway. That's not good. Okay. Straight fight. Oof, I thought I got away from that. Probably didn't want to do that. I like it when he does his casting thing. Wait for it to pop so I know it's not going to hit me, and then... his weapon has a lot of not a lot of range, but it's got more range than I realize. How do I bait him to cast his spell? The overhead slam also gives you a moment, but not much. I guess if it's the second attack, then you're good. Maybe if I go back far enough, he'll start to set up a... Yeah, there we go. Oof, okay, got the block up in time, nice. Okay, there we go, let's get in position. One more wiggle if we can get it. Should do it. There we go. Oh, ooh, okay. I was getting greedy, and I thought he still had a sliver left, and I did not have any more stamina. I thought I was about to take one in the teeth there. So this is Vendrick. And it continues the idea that, oh, I need him to smash this. It continues the idea of, like, the Lord of Cinder, where, like... Can I pick this up? King's Ring. You know, the Lord of Cinder is not full strength. When, you know, like, you can tell he's weakened. You know, the fire's going out. Here the king... I thought there was something you had to do to make this easier. But you can see he's just a shell. Trapped here basically by his wife. I don't even know if I'm doing any damage. I'm not seeing a bar or anything. Now, why is there a blood stain? But it makes sense now why there were so many guards outside, right? All of this was to protect the king. What? Even though there's nothing left. I don't think I'm actually doing anything. That's not, I think at some point you can... What does the King's Ring even do? Is that the symbol that... The King's Gates. Yeah, they open the King's Gates. So I think we're going to have to come back here at some point. Oh, okay.
This ring is the symbol of the king. Use it to gain passage through the King's Gate and venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse, if you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
Is there no bonfire? Like, do we have to get through the King's Guard every time I want to deal with Vendrick? I mean, now that, you know, maybe it's not such a big deal at this point. But yeah, now we have, you know, if you remember, there was like a number of locked gates that said, you know, produce the seal of the king. So there's one in the Farce of the Fallen Giants. There's one in the Shaded Woods leading up to the Triangulate Castle if you go a different path. You come across another locked door. I guess I could technically homeward bone it. And so what you need to do is you need to... What am I doing? Why am I bothering with any of this? What you need to do is you go through those doors, and then I think they take you into, like, a little bit of time travel involved. It's going to let me do it. And then you collect... I think we have one already. You collect these giants, the souls of the giants, and if you get enough of them, I think it makes it easier to destroys Ashen Idol. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. And then, yeah, if you collect a number of these, then it makes, I think, the king more susceptible to attacks, and maybe it turns it into a fight. Got a lot of smooth and silkies and small and smooth and silkies. But I think for right now, what I need to do is I need to head back. Let's spend these souls. Again, I think I was dumping it into decks. I decided maybe to give the Black Knight Halberd a shot and see where that goes. Whatever remaining Twinkling Titanite I have after my hammer's jacked up, I'm going to dump into the Halberd, so we'll see how that goes. Level up. I need a 26 dex. This will probably get me 3, maybe? And then given how many Lost Warrior souls I have, I might be able to get another level or 2, so let's focus on that. And then we'll pause this one, jump over to Scholar, and see what's up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna... Okay. I wonder if I'll be able to get all 3. At some point I need to... Like, hey, what is the recommended level? Am I over-leveled? Am I on target? Should I be cashing these other ones in? Because I'm not going to use any there. I'm curious what it gets you, but I know that I'm not going to use the equipment.
Bearer of the... until...
Level up. Okay, we need dex. There we go. We got that. And then let's pump more into... No, let's give myself some more hit points. I'm curious if anybody here sells Homeward Bones, because I'm down to like 1 or 2, and it can be handy. But it's not her. Okay.
Thank you, kind.
Let me see. I got 154. That's not much. Let's take a look. It's this one, right? Okay, so I'm going to be doing 313 is compared to almost 400. But that's completely unmodified. So let's this, and then I think like the Dragon Rider souls or whatever, I don't care. Let's just burn some and get some cash to upgrade. Wonder if does she offer anything new?
You've been well.
Yes, here we go. What do we have? We've got shards, Titanite shards, chunks, slabs, 1 slab, wow. Twinkling Titanite, okay. It feels like this just sort of unlocked a whole...
No interest.
No, it's not you, it's me. I need to, want more money, so let's just burn... Basically, I want 15 grand to get those 3 Twinkling Titanites. And I'll just have to Google what those things do, or test it out on the Scholar.
I'll provide.
I hope it's I hope it's Twinkling Titanite.
Visit me again, whenever you please.
Watch it be like Dragon Bone or something. I just bought the wrong stuff. Reinforce. Oh. So now that's doing 436. So it's already, I think, over my...
I'll be around.
It's already more than the Bastard Sword, but in Dark Souls, the weight of it was so prohibitive that, yeah, I'm going to be over 80%, which means fat rolling's off the table. If I go back to the Drang Lake shield, what am I looking at? 64%. Can I get my bow back on? Yeah. Let me just... Honestly, I'm curious. Curious what this can do. So let me go just take on one of the giants, the steel giants here real quick. So yeah, so the plus 10 bastard's doing 196 plus 196, so like 392. This is doing... Wow. So its base damage is 377, 397, 404, plus 29. So we're at 433 with the fire, and then the boosts 433. So we're over 500 damage with this halberd. So let's stick with this for a little while and see how it goes. Let's see, travel. So I'll show you, we'll set ourselves up for... I'm trying to remember how to get to the... I'll go to the Shaded Woods because I know that one's pretty easy to get to. Just to set ourselves up for next time. So we have one of those giant souls. I think there's a potential to get like 5 or 4. I don't remember what it is. And I think each one you collect makes it easier to defeat the king. Although I couldn't lore-wise tell you the connection. Alright, so we're going to have to deal with an ogre here in Scholar to get past him. That's hopefully no big deal. But yeah, there's one here, there's one in the Forest of the Fallen Giant, so I have to equip the ring. Yeah, we'll take Ada's Keep. There's this one, there's, I thought they went into the past, like, with memories. I know there's, like, an area for, like, like a dragon area. Maybe that'll be behind one of these. Okay, so the problem is that there's no sweep. It's got good range, but when you're getting chunked by about 5 guys, it helps to have a sweeping attack. Okay. Nope. Got greedy. Can't can't just beat it to death with a slow weapon. Man, I wonder if the Black Knight Greatsword or something would have been better. I thought there was some kind of... What if I do a running attack? Okay, that's a sweep. I was going to say there was something in the original that I thought could get you a sweeping attack with the Black Knight Halberd, and there you go. Yeah, there's Ada's Keep. Yeah, there's like the dragon area. There's the Memories of the Giants. I don't recall... Do you have to show this every time? I don't recall what other levels are out there besides the final level, which I think... So we might be getting somewhat close. Nope, blew it. I'm worried about to be petrified. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I think I'm going to switch to the the Bastard Sword, just to have the sweep attack for these things. I guess what I should be doing is I should be sticking to the script, pause, and then get set up in Scholar, but I'm just curious. Ada's Keep, I think, had some interesting things going for it. It's sort of like a bit of an Island of Dr. Moreau, I think, kind of guy in there. Maybe I'm misremembering, though. And then I remember the dragon, somewhere there's like this really tough as nails boss dragon to fight, like on a platform, and I'm hoping he's optional. Probably just lost a bunch of souls. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't get back to the chest. No. Okay, maybe you get 3 swings in. Now back off. Nope. I guess 2 swings in, unless you're going to finish him off. Let me try that again. Didn't expect this to be my Waterloo, the mimic at the end of the road here. that went better. Okay. All right, what I'm hoping is that there's a bonfire somewhere. And yeah, okay, this is where we're going to pause. We'll pick it back up in Scholar and see how the Undead Crypt goes. Okay, so now we're going to tackle the Undead Crypt here in Scholar. I don't know if I thought there was an item or something on one of the sides, and I definitely got it in vanilla, but what did I? Yeah, there we go. But that's because I peeked my head in to the level a little bit before I quit out. But all right, so let's see how it's different. So one thing I'm wondering is they're going to. Okay, it's definitely okay. Is there going to be more use of the lighting effects that were improved for Scholar? Yeah, so right off the bat, they're just... But again... They're protecting the king, right? So... It makes sense. And not only are they protecting the king cannot protect himself, right? Yeah, there we go. So one of the things I want to do, usually, you know, I've been sort of just dumping... I wonder if you could have used that to some effect. It's probably a poison pot. Okay, yeah. So they've definitely doubled down on the idea that we need to protect the king. One of the things I want to do is, usually I get rid of the boss souls, but I think I want to trade in the boss soul for the guy we just beat, the guy that boss here, because I think it gets you the sacred chime hammer. Okay, so I can't remember if they were worshipping the witches in the last one. Okay. I'm also curious if that's a PC player or... How do you... There we go. There's a staircase. These folks are actually tough to kill. They take some hits, so I'm gonna... Can I backstab if you give me a chance? You know what? Let's just go for it. I'm sort of stuck out in the open here. Okay. Yeah, let's just burning everything to get through this. But let's see. Let's take care of her if we can. 1, 2. Yeah, 5 hits. It's a lot of HP to deal with. Let's see if this is a human or devotee Scarlet. Feels like it could be... The problem is my memory's terrible, so I couldn't tell you. Nope, that might be a human. So let's see how it works. So I don't know if we need to talk to him to make him summonable. I'm going to learn his gesture. And I think we're good. I wonder if those, I've seen a lot of those snake torches, the Triclops snake torches, whatever they're called. I need to... They're definitely playing up the light and dark, I think, a little bit more. Somebody was shooting me, though, and I don't know who that was. So let's, Nope, that's the bell. Alright, let's pull back on this. Oh, so they changed the... It's not just zombies, it's now... sword skeletons. Nope. So it's definitely configured differently because there's a lot more. I don't remember there being any bells in here, and I just went in guns blazing, and yeah, it cost me. Is there anything in this corner? Yes, there's one more stone. All right. Yeah, I want to go. Let's do this. I want to get the weapon that this boss gives you, because I think it's like the sacred chime or something. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think it's a good strike weapon. I'm just kind of curious to play with it a little bit. Hopefully this isn't a mimic, because I did not check. And I think Twinkling Titanite, that's always good. I think it levels up with... with dragons whatevers, and I'm picking those up a lot, so... And I've missed the bonfire, so I need to make sure I get that before I get too lost in the weeds. Nope. That didn't help. Can I go this way? Nope, just ringing bells like a moron. Okay. We did that. Let's get back in here, because I feel like there's stuff we missed. Like, again, the aforementioned bonfire, or is it just not here? You know what? I need to switch weapons. So I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting that I have a sidekick, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not being very cautious. And I thought there was a bonfire somewhere around here. So let's light this. So I really don't have the Estus to make this the run, but so I think this is what happened last time. We got invaded by the usurper. I ended up dealing with him here. Let's deal with this guy. All right. Evelyn, I want to say that's some kind of like fancy crossbow, but don't quote me on that. No, boo. Right. That's not good, but you know what, we'll get it done. No, okay. Fair enough. All right. lit that bonfire, so hopefully, and I've also blown up most of those rocks, so hopefully. Oh well. I'd love to pick things up with that PC. Hopefully they can drop their stuff a little further along, because I'd hate to have to go. Oh crap. I'd have to go all the way back to that one room to summon. So hopefully they see that I'm on the march, and although I'm not human. Nope. I'm gonna do my same trick from last time, where I don't actually care about fighting these guys. I'm just gonna lead them back into the big room, and then use my enhanced speed to get by them and take care of the business. Now I got some of the Nope. Saw what he was trying to do, and I still didn't stop it. I tried, but I whiffed. Oh crap, I don't want to get stuck in these tunnels. So maybe this is just another sort of run where I smash the stones. There's another one down. Wow, there we go. This is a bad place to go, but maybe since most of those stones are broken, I won't have to deal with them, and it'll be a little easier to get my souls back from that. But we will have to see. It should be. let me effigy up just in case our friend is around, knowing that. Trying to figure out if you can. I still don't know if you can smash the bells. No, that didn't work. Made it worse. I mean, I guess if it separates, then that's okay. Oh, look at that. I'm curious. I'm really curious. There's no way in the world I can walk around with that thing. I can't even do Havel's Great Shield, I don't think. 45 now. Although I could use Havel's Great Shield and still fast roll. I guess I could use this. Although I feel like the other one's better in most ways. Maybe I should be dumping a bunch of points into strength and just Havel's Great Shield this stuff. Or maybe the differences aren't worth it. So I just gotta figure out which one I drop my souls in. And then which one's the way out? Now, I may have lost the thread on how to get out of here. I need to... So I'm recording this on a Thursday. Can I bash this bell? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Recording on a Thursday, this part of the run, and I should be getting ready for our next Cyberpunk Red. Oh, okay, you just follow the tracks. Matt's running sort of part 2 of our Night at the Opera, sort of mini shot of Cyberpunk Red. And it's one of those things where we had been doing a bunch of solo RPGs, and we were like, man, these have been really fun, but they're also like trying to get something new ready every single week was proving to be tough. So we just decided, you know what? You know, we've got a little bit of time before Patrick comes back. We're not 100% sure how much time we have, but why not give something legit a try? And we were going to do one thing, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, you know what? I think it's Cyberpunk. And I was like, yeah, I think you're right. And, it's been a lot of fun. But like, it's been a little while since we've been able to record, so I know my grasp of the rules is going to be a little weak. So and I also have to get the first session, because again, we're going to be recording the second session. I need to get the first session up, ready, prepped, all the shorts, etc., etc. Wait, did somebody ring the bell? Didn't I kill that guy? Maybe not. Oh, or are there two? Let me just double check. Nope, there's just one, so I didn't do it. Or is there just more? Maybe that's the trick, is you gotta... Okay, so that's one thing maybe they changed. They have a couple of guys come out of the ground here to ensure that that bell gets rung. Which, you know, just means I'm back to bows and bullshit, baby. That was my secret to getting through the Shrine of Amana, and it'll be how I deal with this over the course of 27 minutes. But I'm really curious to try out that chime hammer, or whatever it is the guy here drops. It's my understanding is that it's a giant hammer, great hammer, whatever they call them. It hits pretty hard. It seems to have some dark magic going, much like the boss battle itself. Yeah, it looks like they put a dragon rider up there instead of just those guards. Again, like, is it annoying in a sense? Because, like, oh god, now I gotta deal with all these, maybe? But at the same time, knowing what they're guarding, I can't fault them for going all in. This is one of those cases, at least, I don't know if it's rare or not, but where it doesn't feel like they're just dogpiling on you for the sake of dogpiling on you. This feels like it's lore appropriate. It makes sense, and so I can't fault it. Yeah, it's good enough, I guess. Let's just go mess them up. So last time what ended up happening was I did a lot of kiting. Can't tell. Like, are they telling me? Oh, interesting. Petrified something. You know, it's one of those things playing a Souls game here. You know, you get a lot of you get a lot of stuff about, like, other Souls games. So one of the things was, you know, some video popped up talking about, like, oh, you know, there's a ton of hidden areas in Raya Lucaria in Elden Ring. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. But then they point out, it's like, yeah, you know that when you walk right here, there's one right when you enter. I was like, oh, that one I missed. And because I missed that single... How close can you get? Because I've missed that single secret entrance, maybe I need to do a total new run of Elden Ring. What I actually want to do, and I've said this before, do like some Elden Ring and chill where I'm just getting my PC run ready for the DLC for whenever. Some people are saying the DLC is right around the corner. So it's currently January 2024. And I've heard some things, it's like, yeah, I know, February 2024, we're looking at some DLC. And I'm feeling like that's crazy. But maybe it's not. Seems like it's pretty soon, but nope. But maybe it's not. I mean, I also don't, whoops, get out of the way of that. I also don't sort of follow these things closely enough, I guess. Maybe to everybody who's been actually paying attention, it's like, yeah, no, 2024 February is when they've been saying the whole time. But basically for me, what that means is Elden Ring and chill to get ready for the DLC just means... Oh, interesting. Okay, so they have less guys up here, but they introduced this mini boss. It just means... getting all the collectibles. Not that I will use them. Probably wanted the hammer for this guy. This guy feels a little beefier. Ooh. Was not managing my stamina, and that's what happens. Okay. Let's pop a Radiant Life Gem. Hold on to the remaining Estus. Like it's dumb. Like what I did on my PS5 playthrough was I just went around and collected like the Ashes of War I missed. You know, go find the spells, the rings, you know, any weapons. And it's a silly enterprise because I'm not going to use 99% of it, but I just want to have everything going into the DLC for some reason because technically speaking, I guess you never know what might help because it's so easy to respec in Elden Ring. A little concerned about the... Okay. The blood stain right there. Okay, so what do we got for... I know we have the summon around here somewhere. It would be nice to bring in that other person if they were willing to do this, but I don't want to... Parts of this level are clear, but parts are not, and I don't want to... Don't want to deal with it. Let's give it a shot. There's less get good guilt on my part when I summon an NPC helper as opposed to when I summon a like a human being, because a human being that you summon 9 times out of 10 is just gonna wreck shop. NPCs, like, you know, like in the last battle, my NPC did not survive the fight. Oops. Didn't have my shield up. Probably wouldn't have stopped all of it because it would have blown through my stamina. No, I forgot. Yeah. There we go. Assuming it doesn't pop off. Oh, no, that's him buffing up. So they can actually cast the spell. Ooh. The other thing I've heard about this weapon that he's using is that it actually... Nope. Damn it. Is that it actually, for its size, it's got a pretty decent swing speed. And stamina burn rate or whatever. So... Because one of the things I had some issue with, like, I don't know, was it the great sword? Something was swinging so slowly that it felt like certain enemies were getting past me. Let me burn this now just to see. If we run into anybody. I feel like I don't need to do this. Wasn't the whole point of what I did last time so I could avoid doing the gauntlet? Just have to remember how to get back. Can I just sit? There we go. Okay, let's see if we can do this right. Nope, because I just rang it. Shit. Maybe we get some insight as to where they're coming. So somebody just came out of that. He just spawned from the ground. Somebody came from over there. So, okay, so that's sort of how it works. You got a guy that's here, the guy that comes walking over, the guy that comes out of the ground. Is that it? Just on the off chance, the crazy off chance that I have to do all this again. That was actually dumb luck. That I didn't take a hit there. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the Dragon Rider is just a one-time. Wow. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Total, wow, what a waste. Well, this is going about as well as can be expected. Let me just go for it. Hopefully the warden comes with me instead of dealing with those two. Yeah, okay, cool. We both walked into that one. Perfect. Oh, nice. Who's that? Yeah, bring some of that action. I don't know if it does anything, but why not? Get my stamina back. Oh, okay, okay. Nope. Damn it. Okay. This is going poorly. I mean, it's not going badly, it's just, maybe I'm taking it for granted on some level. That makes sense. Let me human effigy up again, just so I... Who's this? Gale. Hey, Gale, let's do this. Get some Sunbro action going. And much... So, at the same time, while I said, like, it feels cheap to use human players... I prefer using them because it's just more fun and like they're taking the time to Sunbro. So why not? See if Gale's on the way. There we go. Let's do this, Gale. There's one. Go. And didn't somebody... All right. Let's pop a life gem. Great swords. Nice. All right, let's do this, Gale. I believe in you. You've got this. Unlike that basic bitch, whoever that guy is, the Grave Warden. Oh, I got hit by that? Interesting. Alright, got my stamina back. Oh, launching the big guns. Yeah, let's do this. That's the thing, like you said, like when you bring in a PC player, they're gonna wreck shop. Nice. And a sunlight medal, yeah. Not that I've ever found where... Oh, no, I do know where the Sunbros are in this one. It's the other one I don't know. And also, I'm not a Sunbro. I should switch to the Sunbro... Sorry, there's some stuff going on outside. It might give you some noise. I should switch to the Sunbro Covenant, but there's no reason not to in this one. I did it to buy the
This ring is the symbol of the king.
the lightning bolt weapon mods, but I don't need that anymore.
Through the king's gate. And venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse. And one without.
Okay. Still, again, surprised there's not a... Well, I guess the bonfire's not too bad. Now, in the other run, I'm pretty low on Homered Bones. Here, it's not so bad. Oh, crap. It's the street sweepers. Now, I say, oh, crap, because I had to park my car in the street, not realizing the street sweepers would be here. So it is too late. I usually feel bad because I don't like jamming people up, so I was trying to... If I had known, or under normal circumstances, my car would not have been making their lives more difficult. I feel bad about that. So let's see. Let's level up. I think we were going to put some points into Dex. And I don't know what else. We can upgrade. The Lightning Bastard Sword should be at a... I've heard this one's pretty good too. Is my hammer maxed out? I think the hammer is maxed out on this run already, so I can just dump points into... Okay, the Black Knight Greatsword also does some fire, but it's definitely not as high as the halberd. So what I need to do is I need to figure out the Orniflex Crow Woman is where you can hand the soul we just picked up for the Sacred Chime Hammer. I'm just trying to remember the best way to get to... Nope. What you don't do is you don't faceplant into the giant sand anus. That's... That's not how you get down. My intention was to see if I could jump the gap there to that little platform, but I don't think that's actually doable. And I know Orniflex is at the bottom of one of these. I just don't recall if it's this one or... Nope. One of these has a bonfire in it. There's a lot going wrong right now. There's a lot going wrong. Huh. And I guess I'll do the Ada's Keep or whatever next, just like I'm doing in the other one. Nope. Nope. Forgot about that. Somebody hit somebody. There we go. There should be one of those guys. Can I pop? Okay. Nope. Okay. What else can I do? So there's a bonfire down there, and there's a way to get... No, did I not get everybody here? What I intended to do is I was going to do all this off camera, but I really want to try that chime now. So therefore, I want it. So my immaturity will be satiated. But I don't want to spend all day doing this, and I don't recall. I just remember she was at the bottom. It's interesting audio that comes out when you kill them. It's sort of got this almost alien vibe to it. Now the reason why I'm doing this, one, to be careful, but two, because I know there's like a thing that pops out of the ground, and then suddenly there's an invasion going on. There's just a lot going on here, so I was trying to... Man. Just trying to minimize what's going on here. Oh, did I not know this? I mean, this is all going very badly, but... Oh, come on. Either give me the backstab or don't make me do the... You know what? Fair is fair. We both had to heal. There we go. Oh, right. They get a hit on you when you... There's a decent chance I just missed this. both runs. Get so preoccupied. Having everything come at you. I don't know what that thing gave me. I definitely killed it, but I'm not sure to what end. So, yeah, there's the bonfire, and you have to get to it by dropping into a hole. Now the problem is, once you're down here, how do you get back up? Can this door be broken?
Oh, we meet again, kind traveler. This is in your tongue. I create. Normally I am, but
Okay, I think we spoke to her.
I require no payment. My technique.
So let's trade, and let's get the Iron King hammer. We don't have the soul for that, right? Wait, don't we have the soul of Elf? Yeah.
Come back again if you want to.
Butcher's knife is usually a weapon that scales really well with, well, you can see right there, it scales well with strength. Sacred Chime Hammer, we did that. Old Iron King Soul. Do we have that? If it's a giant hammer, I'm willing to give it a shot. So the King's Mirror deflecting spells, that could be kind of useful, I guess, but
Come back again if you find another soul.
okay, so that's kind of all we need to do here. So let's homework Bone out. Let's actually, because we have a little bit of money, and I think we have the upgrade material we need to do the Sacred Chime Hammer a little bit. So let's do that. I think that needs the Petrified Dragon. And maybe we can mess around with it a little bit just to put it through its pace, put it through its paces. All right, B. Well, we don't have the strength for that, right? Do we have the strength for this? Yes, but we don't have the intelligence. Petrified Dragon Bone. We got plenty of that. I think that's what it needs. It needs a 12. So it's already up to 480, 530. And the tough thing about intelligence is that I am very stupid. Let's take this over to... No. Is it this? McDuff's Workshop. Let's see, because I think you can imbue Sacred Chime Hammer. So my understanding, and I may have this completely wrong, the way Dark Work works is that it can scale with both faith and intelligence, but I think it uses the lower of the two. So if I have like a faith of 40 and an intelligence of, well, 12 I would need, you're kind of stuck. Blacksmith's Hammer, I don't know which is better. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I guess we can imbue both of these, but let's see. So if we do I don't know what that is. I guess it's magic. We could do flame. Now, flame would shift its scaling from intelligence to faith. You can see there on the bottom. Which would help me, but I'd still need the 12, I think, intelligence to cast it. Lightning, of course, it doesn't seem to do any faith. What's this? It's Dark Knight Stone. So Dark Knight, I think, is the one that you want. I've heard people say this is what you want to imbue it with, because so you go from, well, let's see, with lightning you're doing 195 or something down there on the bottom, so you're doing 495. This you'd be doing, well, about 500. Poison, mundane. I guess it just cripples it a little bit to make the game more challenging. Magic stone. Now you're looking at 470. Raw. That's going to bring it up to like 530. I don't know. Is raw the way to go, just for if you want pure damage output? Because that's 485, like 535. This is 417. Now I believe the advantage of the dark is that it helps with its like secondary attack, but the secondary attack, I don't know how much I care. The secondary attack is what the boss does, which is like it, casts the dark magic spells. Has a little bit of a wind up. And I don't think you lose that if you do like the raw. You just don't buff the secondary attack. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at, let's see, 187, 321 is 421, 501, 508. Here we're looking at 534-ish. I think I just want pure FU hits. That's magic, fire. What's the difference between magic and enchanted? Raw is going to do great hammer. That's a long way to go. So what we need is the petrified dragon bone stuff. And a boatload more intelligence. Oh, I guess I didn't burn as many souls. Or maybe oh no, I probably have these souls in the other game as well. So yeah, I'm at like an intelligence maybe of 3. I don't even know what half this crap is. What's this? Petrify resist. Okay. Oh, that's what they do. Okay. And it wasn't torches, it was trotches or something.
You've been well.
Let's buy any and all of this stuff. Okay, so okay, this is nice. She offers like, hey, you're getting to the point of the game where like, hey, do you want this weapon to be something? I'm just gonna sell it to you. You want it to be a bleed build? You got what you need. You know what? The other thing I could do, I know I'm just talking nonsense. What I could do is I could respec. I probably could have traveled by bonfire, I assume. So I apologize. I'm really curious. Like, part of me is like, get the... I need a dex at 26, an intelligence at 12. I could drop off out of that smooth and silky, but whatever at the moment. Yeah, I could have just... Apologies for that. I could have just went right there. So let's see about respecking. Maybe it's her? No.
My name is the old women. I am he. It is what my... The old women that now, and the king. The old long that now. Still.
Okay.
Wish to stop.
Yes. Give soul vessel. Okay. So we need an intelligence of 12. We need dexterity of 26. We need a strength of 40. For now. And then what do we got left? I think we need an attunement of... Let's get at least 10, so we have one slot. Let's get a faith of 22, I think, to cast lightning bolt. Let's do 26 just to be safe, because I don't remember. Let's get adaptability up. Okay. Yeah. We're going to take a hit on our strength and endurance, but we'll get that back.
Go along.
Let's, 40, 12, 12, 12. We should be good. So let's travel to... It's the Shaded Woods, right? And then we want to take the middle passage. That one. And then, yeah, once we... let's see how this works. And then let's get to that bonfire just inside Ada's Keep. And then we will call... Oh, right, I forgot. We'll call this area done, and we'll get ready for Ada's Keep in another video. Oh, all that crap tracks you a lot more than I thought. All right, let's get out of here. We don't need to deal with any of this, but hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us as we're trying to get through the keep. Oh, I need to put the ring on. King's ring, there we go. Okay, so again, I'm a little nervous that I'm going to run into the same problems I did before, which is being able to hit these things when they charge me. Nope, I'm going to actually die here. Okay, so I'm definitely one problem. I'm fat rolling. So I'll have to... Let's tweak that a little bit. Back to the Dragon Lake. Nope. Nope. Where's the Dragon Lake shield? There we go. Maybe, you know what, I'm not, utilizing all the tools in my tool belt, so to speak, right? So let's light this, and then let's potentially deal with that mimic. And then if that's even here, and then we're done. No. Okay. Is the attack different when it's two-handed? Oh, it is. It's also... Okay, more damage makes sense, but, what happens if I... Ah, okay, so it's got to be the two-handed attack to pull that off. Okay. I will admit that changes the math a little bit on this. But there we go. That was the Undead Crypt in Dark Souls 2, both versions, regular and Sins of the Scholar of the First Sin. So as always, we appreciate it. Hopefully this has been fun. I feel like we're getting near the end. I know I said that a few times in a few different ways, but I feel like we're creeping there. And I appreciate everybody who checked this out. So Black Lodge Trivia Night, again, the main thing that we do is RPG actual plays. Right now we're doing some Cyberpunk Red. I've actually got to go prep for that right now. And there should be a new episode of that, our first session of A Night at the Opera, dropping tomorrow. But by the time this is up, it would have been passed already. But so hopefully if that was your thing, you checked it out and enjoyed it. You already know where to find us on YouTube, so if this stuff interests you, like and subscribe if you want. Leave comments if you want. If you want audio versions only of our actual plays or our RPG discussion podcasts, go search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your audio, your podcast, and we should pop up. If you want, you can review us there or on iTunes or whatever. So thank you again. We appreciate it, and take care.